Banished by her father, the alien princess hid in the forest until a human came. Evan's multi-tool sparked against the beacon's fried circuits. He perched on a thick branch, 30 meters above the forest floor where his drop pod's wreckage smoldered in the canopy. Smoke curled from the hull, but the beacon mattered most. He yanked a wire free, bypassed the burnout, and slapped the reset switch. The device hummed to life. A steady pulse blinked green. Rescue signal outbound. Good enough. A sharp panic clicking pierced the air below. Not an animal, rhythmic, desperate. Like chittering code, Evan dropped his pack, grabbed his machete, and rappelled down the cord he'd rigged. Vines whipped his face. He hit the ground rolling, knife out. 10 meters ahead, a snare of thorny vines twisted around a slender figure, or arms thrashed. Iridescent scales glinted under the dappled light, blue and gold, smeared with dirt. One clawed hand clutched at the tightening loops. Evan charged. His blade hacked the first vine. Sap sprayed, sticky and green. The figure clicked louder, twisting toward him. Hold still, he said. No reaction. He sliced the second vine, then the third. The loops loosened. A final chop freed the last one. The figure tumbled free. It scrambled upright on digitigrade legs, towering half a meter taller than him. Mandible-like jaws parted, revealing needle teeth. But her eyes, large, multifaceted, gold-flecked, locked on his face. You cut, she rasped, voice like wind through dry reeds, accented heavily. Why? Evan lowered his machete. She wasn't attacking. Yet, seemed the neighborly thing. You okay? She rubbed her mid-arms, scales flexing. A faint glow pulsed along her neck ridges. Sayuri, hurt arm. But free, Evan. He sheathed the blade. Water? He pulled his canteen. Sayuri hesitated, her upper hands flexed, claws retracted. She snatched the canteen, sniffed, then gulped. Water dribbled down her chin plates. She thrust it back. Thank Hunter's clothes. Evan scanned the underbrush. No sounds beyond the usual rustle. But her tension coiled like a spring. Lead. I'll follow. Sayuri nodded once. She scooped mud from a nearby puddle, smeared it over a raised crest on her chest, golden filigree that shimmered before vanishing under the grime. Well, he filed it away. She darted into the thicket. Evan unspooled bright orange cord from his belt reel, tying it low on branches as he went, markers for backtrack. Vines snagged his boots, but he pushed steady. Goal: get her to safety. Conflict: unknown hunters. He kept pace, eyes on her flashing tail. They broke into a small clearing after 20 minutes. Sayuri ducked under a lean-to of woven fronds and bent saplings. Crude, but sheltered, a small fire pit smoked faintly, covered in ash. Safe. Here. She crouched inside, gesturing. Evan knelt at the entrance. Heat sheet, shook out a mylar blanket, silver side in, and draped it over her shoulders. It crinkled as she pulled it close. Warm. Sayuri's ridges dimmed. Tension easing. You. Human.
Stranded. Drop pod glitch. Beacon's up now.
He sat cross-legged back to the entrance, scanning the cord trail. You? Cast out. Her claws traced the mud on her crest. Father's will. Retrieval comes. Kill witnesses. Evan nodded. No surprise. Politics crossed species. How long you been out? 3 cycles. Vines. Beasts. No food. She eyed his pack. He dug out an energy bar, broke it in half. Protein. Chew slow. Sayuri took it, nibbled. Her jaws clicked approval. Good. Strong taste. Silence fell. Evan inventoried. Water half full. Rations for 5 days. Medkit. Her lean-to leaked at one corner. He patched it with frond strips and sap. Why help? Sayuri watched him work. Humans. Soft-skinned. Weak. Evan tied off the patch. Routine. Snare's a snare. Back home, we cut 'em all. She tilted her head, multifaceted eyes whirring faintly. Routine? You climb trees, hack vines like air. Carry fire sheet, mark paths. A pause. Extraordinary. He shrugged. Field tech. Crashes happen. But her awe registered. Aliens saw basics as feats. Distant thrusters hummed. Low, then gone. Sayuri stiffened, claws out. Scouts, she whispered. Bacta leads. Smells blood oath. Evan killed the patch light. How many? 5. Armored. Track scent. He pulled his scanner, pinged the cord line. No breaches. We move at dark? Sayuri shook her head. Forest shifts. Vines hunt light. Wait. Trust her local knowledge. He nodded. Deal. She shifted closer. Heat sheet rustling. Crest hidden. But they no trail. Her lower hand brushed his arm. Light. You mark cord. Bright. They see. Evan cursed inwardly. Amateur mistake. Fix it. Outside, he slashed the cord in segments, buried pieces under leaves. Sayuri pointed out false trails, scent mimicking fungi clusters. Smart. Back inside, she pressed a claw to his wrist. Trust. You save. I guide. Evan met her gaze. Gold flecks swirled. Trust earned. What's the play? River. 2 spans north. Masks scent, but beasts guard. He checked his machete. Lead on. Thrusters hummed again. Closer. Branches cracked. Sayuri's hand tightened. Now, they slipped out. Evan led this time. Scanner sweeping. She clicked directions. Soft. Precise. A vine tendril whipped from the gloom. Evan hacked it mid-strike. Sayuri dodged, slashing another with her claws. Like that, she said. Admiration edged her voice. River roar grew. But shouts echoed behind. Alien voices, commanding. Vecta's team. Evan spotted the bank. Jump! Sayuri grabbed his pack strap. Together, they plunged. Current seized them. Evan kicked strong, hauling her toward a snag downstream. She clung, scales slick.
Strong current.
Human lungs hold? Plenty. He grinned through the spray. Shore loomed. Claws dug into mud first. Hers, she pulled him up. Safe, for now. But lights pierced the canopy upstream, retrieval beams. Sayuri smeared more mud, eyes fierce. They come. You still? Evan stood, water streaming. With you. Her crest twitched under the grime. A faint glow escaped. Royal fire. Boots thudded closer. Vecta's voice barked. Sayuri, yield! She clicked defiance. Evan raised his machete. Trust bridged the roar. Survival ignited. Evan slashed through underbrush, machete biting vines. Sayuri matched his pace, claws ripping a path beside him. Boots pounded the shore behind. 3, maybe 4 hunters closing fast. Up, she hissed. Her hand yanked his arm toward a thicket of glowferns. He vaulted a root snag. She followed, scales scraping bark. They burrowed into the fern's heart. Bioluminescent fronds draped over them like a curtain. Evan held breath. Mud caked his gear. Her side pressed close, warm, pulsing faintly. Vecta's voice cut the air. Fan out. She can't swim far. Scan beams swept past. One clipped a fern. Evan gripped machete tighter. Sayuri's claws flexed on his sleeve. Minutes stretched. Footsteps faded upstream. She exhaled. Clear. Move deep. Evan nodded. They crawled out, doubled back through a ravine. Forest thickened, towering trunks, spore mist hanging low, no time for rest. Thrusters whined distant, circling. Camp, he said. Need food, fire. Her gold-flecked eyes narrowed.
Fire draws. Smokeless?
He scanned the ground. Dry twigs, flat stones, perfect. Sayuri crouched nearby, ears twitching at every snap. Evan dug a pit with his entrenching tool. Shallow, lined with rocks. He layered punkwood at the base, fed it finger-thick branches in a teepee, no flames yet. He scraped flint from his kit, sparked tinder, ember glowed. He blew steady. Smoke curled, then vanished into the stone vents he angled just right. Flames danced low, contained. Sayuri leaned in. Her crest flickered surprise. No smoke trail. Human trick? Routine. He pulled protein paste from his pack. Dense bricks. Crash-landed rations. He skewered chunks on green sticks, propped them over coals. Sizzle filled the air. Spice hit his nose. Synthetic but hearty. She sniffed. Feeds 2? 3 days. Easy. He rotated the skewers. Paste browned, crisped, drippings popped. Sayuri's stomach rumbled, a deep, resonant hum. She accepted a stick. Bit tentative, chewed. Eyes widened. Tastes alive. Not court slop. Evan grinned, tore into his. Keeps you moving. Eat. She devoured hers, licked claws clean. You hunt fire like warrior. My guards fumble sparks. Field tech. Crashed here 6 weeks. Learned fast. He banked the fire, covered coals with ash. Glow dimmed to embers. Trust sparked in her gaze. She shifted dirt with a claw, drew sharp glyphs. Curved lines, jagged forks. Hunter's patrol rim. Here. She traced a circle around their position. Vecta loops dawn dusk. Beasts inside. Spike fangs. Scent blind. Evan studied the map. Patrol arcs overlapped their backtrack. River masks us now. They fan east? She nodded. Added crosshatches. Guards hold borders. Father's exile. Caged freedom. Cross rim. War sparks. Witnesses die. Borders? He traced the glyph rim. Armed cordon. No escape without fight. Signet proves. She tapped a scale on her neck. A chip glinted. Throne key. He wants it back. Me. Leverage. Evan packed the glyphs in memory. We skirt. Hit safe zone? Her claw paused. If trust holds. Boots on. Night fell fast. Evan unpacked foil strips from his survival kit, thin as whispers. He strung them knee-high across game trails laced with pebbles and pouches. Tension snapped them taut. Step wrong. Rattle city. Sayuri watched, head tilted. Warren's steps? No beast sense? Human improv. He tested a line. Pebbles clinked sharp. Sleep sound. I take first watch. She circled the camp, nostrils flaring. Smells patrols south. Rest. Evan settled against a trunk. Machete across lap. Her glyphs burned in his mind. Borders like noose. Crash site miles off. Beacon dead. Her people hunted quiet, but relentless. Russell woke him mid-watch. Triplin jingled faint. He gripped machete, signaled Sayuri. She stirred. Claws out. Front. She whispered. Evan crept forward. Foil glinted. Pebbles shifted. A shadow prowled. Spike fang beast. Quills rattling. Shoulder high. Jaws like traps. Sayuri clicked low. Mine. She vanished into fronds. Evan flanked. Beast lunged at the line. Snarled as pebbles spilled. Sayuri dropped from above, claws pinning neck. Twist. Crack. It slumped. She dragged it back. Guard beast. Patrolling us. Evan nodded. Hide hung thick. Fresh meat tomorrow. Good kill. Dawn broke dim. Evan skinned the beast with his wrist knife. Compact blade, vibro edge humming. Sayuri eyed it, sharp as court dagger. Trade? She pried the signet chip from her scale, held it out, fist-sized, pulsing data veins. Pledge. You keep us alive. This throne proof yours. Evan paused. Knife meant hands-free but bare. Leverage against her father. He sheathed the blade, took the chip. Cool, heavy. Deal. Wear it proud. She clipped the knife to her belt. Alien claws awkward on strap. Grinned fangs. Human steel sings. Embers reignited. Evan roasted haunch strips. Grease dripped. Savory steam rising. Sayuri sketched updates. Patrols tightening rim. Vecta guesses river. Pushes in. Evan chewed tough meat. Strength returned. We ghost north. Her crest glowed approval. Trust bridges. You lead hack. I lead dodge. They broke camp. Evan shouldered pack heavier now. Trip lines reset. Fire buried. Forest swallowed tracks. Midday. Shouts echoed. Vecta's bark. Closer. Sayuri froze. Ears pinned. Chip signal. He tracks. Evan checked scanner. Ping. Faint trace from the signet. Shit. Active beacon. She snarled. Father's trap? Deactivate? Risky. He scanned deeper. Circuits locked royal. We use it. Bait them wrong. Her eyes locked his. Bold human. They veered east, into spikefang thickets. Triplin alarms dangled behind. Shouts followed. Fooled. Evan hacked thorns. Sayuri slashed vines. Protein-fueled legs. Her knife whirred. First blood on beasts. Rim neared. Glyph map matched. Guard posts loomed. Energy fences humming. Exile cage. Vecta's voice boomed ahead. Surrender, princess. Witnesses end. Evan pulled her down. Fence pulsed blue. Lethal touch. Guards patrolled. Rifles hot. Through, she whispered. Under. He eyed roots burrowing beneath. Dig. Claws flew. Sci-Fi tunneled like machine. Evan widened with machete. Mud flew. Fence hummed overhead. Guards paced closer. Boots crunched. Go, Evan urged. She dove. He followed. Tight squeeze. Dirt in mouth. Fence crackled inches above. Out. Free air. But Vecta spun. Rifle rising. Human! Evan rolled. Machete up. Sci-Fi burst beside. Knife flashing. Guard fired. Bolt scorched earth. Evan charged. Machete parried rifle. Twist. Guard down. Vecta aimed. Sayuri leaped. Claws raked his arm. He roared. Dropped weapon. Traitor spawn. Exile earned. She spat. Evan grabbed Vecta's collar. Call off. Or chip broadcasts all. Vecta glared. Signet glinted in Evan's fist. Data streamed. Proof of hunt. Borders breached. Stand down, Vecta growled into calm. Thrusters quieted. Sayuri panted. War averted. For now. Evan pocketed chip. North. Real safety. Her hand gripped his. Crest blazed full. Royal fire. Unbound. Trust forged steel. But distant roar built. Not thrusters. Beasts. Rim breached. Stirred the wild. Horde coming. Evan yanked Sayuri's arm as the first beast crashed through the underbrush. Massive, furred hulks with glowing eyes barreled toward the breached rim fence. Their roars shook the leaves. Run! He pointed north, machete gripped tight. She matched his stride, claws digging into soil for bursts of speed. A beast lunged, jaws wide. Evan swung the machete, slicing its flank. Blood sprayed. It howled, veered off. They plunged into denser forest. Vines whipped faces. Evan spotted a ravine ahead. Steep drop, rushing water below. Down. Sayuri hesitated, eyes wide at the drop. He grabbed her waist, leaped. They tumbled into the stream. Cold water shocked his skin. Beast skidded at the edge, unwilling to follow. He hauled her up the opposite bank. Mud caked their legs. Roars faded behind the rush. Panting, Evan scanned for cover. Thick root canopy ahead. Perfect hide. He pulled her under. They crouched, breaths sinking. Safe. For now. Sayuri winced, clutching her forearm. Red streaks pulsed from a gash, snare trap from earlier flight. Infected. Swollen. Evan dug into his pack. Disinfectant spray. Medical tape. Routine fix. Hold still. He pointed at the wound. She tilted her head, mandibles clicking soft concern. Trust flickered in her golden eyes. He sprayed the cut. Hiss filled the air. She hissed too. Pain sharp, but held firm. No flinch. Tape sealed it tight. Clean patch. She flexed her arm, tested it. Crest on her chest pulsed brighter. Royal fire approving. Evan nodded. Better. Her gaze locked his. She tapped her chest. Spoke slow. Sayuri. Sayuri, he repeated, etching the syllables. She smiled. Fangs glinting. Pointed at him. Evan. He tapped his own chest. Evan. Her voice lilting. Alien accent twisting vowels. Good start. But words failed them. Gestures too. Earlier salute had nearly sparked fight. Evan pulled his recorder from the pack. Cracked packaging foil from rations gleamed. Perfect base. Talk.
He held it up. Thumbed record.
Sayuri blinked, then chattered. A string of clicks, hisses, trills, urgent sounds. He played it back. Nodded. Scavenged marker from kit. Drew icons on foil. Arrow for run, circle slash for danger, hand up for stop. Her eyes widened. Claws tapped the foil. She added swirls, her script. Phraseboard born, crude, but bridge. She pointed at 3 poses. First, palms out, fingers splayed. No fight. She mimed insult. Curled claw toward face, then corrected with the gesture. Evan mirrored it. Awkward, but clean. Second, head bow, 1 claw across chest. Honor. She demonstrated wrong. Straight back, claws hidden. Insult king. He practiced. Felt right. Third, crossed arms, crest flare. Trust. She held it long, eyes on him. Evan crossed his. A crest matched, bright sync. Trust built, layer by layer. Sayri's turn. She snatched vines. Wove quick snare. Expert twist. Trap. Pointed at path. Evan nodded. Set it with her beside. Bait from pack scraps. They waited. Small beast snagged. Thrashing. She dispatched it clean. Knife flash. Meat for later. Evan skinned it efficient. Field routine. Her mandibles parted. Amazement at human knife work. No waste. Fire next. He struck flint. Sparks caught tinder. Flame low, smokeless. Sayuri leaned close. Heat danced on her scales. Human fire, quiet. Practice. He shrugged. Rotated spit. She offered herbs from pouch. Crushed them in. Scent exploded. Spicy. Alive. Meal shared. Silence comfortable now. Phraseboard helped. North safe? He tapped arrow north. She shook head. Drew grid on dirt. Drones sweeping. Sky hummed faint. Royal hunters. Evan pocketed chip from Vecta. Leverage. But war loomed if misused. Sayuri gripped his arm. Crest steady. Evan protect. He met her gaze. Together. Forest whispered threats. They moved at dawn. Evan's watch precise. Path twisted through glowferns. Sayuri led now, dodging poison blooms. Her world smarts shone. Evan trailed, machete clearing thorns. Human endurance pushed steady pace. Drones buzzed closer. Grids tightening. They crested ridge. Valley below, dense wilds. River snake. Sayuri froze. Pointed sky. Drones swept in formation. Light scanning grids, closing fast. Evan pulled her down. Hide. But one drone banked their way. Lock-on beep pierced air. He grabbed phraseboard. Danger! Her claws dug his shoulder. Crest flared panic. Run or fight. Evan eyed river. Escape route. But drones blocked. Sayuri whispered, trust. He nodded. Phraseboard out. Crossed arms. She mirrored. Bond steel. Drone dove. Beam swept close. Evan rolled. Yanked her with. Ferns exploded. They sprinted. Drones multiplied. 3 now, herding. Valley edge dropped sheer. No way down. Sayuri clawed rock. Found ledge hold. Climb. Evan followed. Fingers raw on stone. Human grip held. Calluses from earth drills. Drone fired. Stun bolt scorched cliff. He swung onto ledge. Pulled her up. Narrow cave mouth yawned. They dove in. Darkness swallowed. Drones hummed outside. Sayuri panted beside him. Wound tape held. No seep. Evan checked phraseboard. Added drone icon. Slash through. She nodded. Taught new gesture. Ear twitch mimic for listen. He copied. Ears strained. Drones circling. Hours ticked. Drones peeled off. Grid shifted north. Safe breath. But cave dead-ended. Backtrack risky. Sayuri traced wall. Glow moss revealed crack, tight squeeze. Evan widened with machete. Chips flew. She slipped through first. He followed. Shoulders scraping. Emerald glade beyond. Pristine. No drones. River rushed nearby. Drink stop. Evan knelt. Cupped water. Filtered through cloth. Happet. Sayuri drank direct. Watched him. Mimicked cloth. Smart adapt. They pressed on. Forest thickened. Towering trees, biolume pods pulsing, beast tracks fresh. Horde remnants. Evan set snares. Sayuri baited with skill. One caught. Scaled rodent. Dinner. Fire again. Talk via board. She drew crown. Crossed it. Father exile. Evan tapped chip. Proof. Her eyes hardened. Vecta return. King's loyal dog. Trust deepened. Her hand on his knee. Comfort. Night watch. Evan first. Stars alien. 2 moons. Sayuri curled near. Crest dim. Safe. Dawn broke. They broke camp. Path climbed. View opened. Distant spires. City. Safety. Drones returned. Tighter grid. Evan spotted snare cut on her arm. Tape fraying. Infection risked return. Stop. He pulled kit. She sat log. Extended arm. Spray again. Fresh tape sealed. She flexed. Perfect. Then pointed sky. Grids locked, drones vectoring straight, closing in. No escape blind. Evan gripped machete. Phraseboard ready. Sayri's crest blazed. Together. Horde roars echoed faint. Wild stirred again. Double threat. Boots crunched through underbrush below the ridge. Evan dropped low, machete gripped tight. 5 figures in matte royal armor fanned out from a shuttle's landing plume. Scout unit, crests etched with the king's sigil. They moved silent, energy rifles slung low, closing the grid. He tapped Sayri's shoulder. She froze mid-step, eyes widening at the board. Soldiers. Hide. Now. She nodded. Crest flickering blue. Alert. Evan slung their pack higher, grabbed her wrist and pulled her into thicker ferns. No time for trails. Drones hummed closer overhead. Grids locking like a noose. Down the slope, the lead soldier barked into a comm. Commander Vecta, perimeter tightens. Silent hunt. No signals. The voice carried, disciplined, cold. Vecta's shuttle touched down a click east. Thrusters whispering. More boots hit dirt. Evan's pulse stayed even. Routine. Like evading patrols in sim drills back home. He scanned. Fresh boot prints scarred the mud. Radial treads. Alien alloy. They led straight to their old snare line, exposed. Move, he scrawled. Dragged camp deeper. 2 ridgelines west. Sayri matched his pace, light on her feet despite the limp. She pointed. Patrol cache ahead. Half-buried crate under glow vines. Drones missed it in the grid shift. She darted forward, silent as a shadow. Fingers pried the latch. Court thief skills, no doubt. Pulled a fist-sized orb, drone decoy lure. Pulsing faint red. Handed it over. Eyes fierce. Trust. Evan pocketed it. Good find. He etched. Smart. Her crest warmed gold. Approval. They crested the second ridge. Ravine yawned below. Chasm drop. Misted river roaring at the base. Perfect. Opposite side. Dense thicket. Horde tracks veering that way. Wild stirred. Roars echoing faint from the double threat. Evan uncoiled rope from pack. Tied it to a root cluster. You first, Board said. She clipped in. Repelled smooth royal training held. Hit bottom. Signaled up. He followed. Boots skimming rock. Shoulders burned from the pack. Landed soft. Unclipped. Pointed across. Lure there. Sayri covered him with a scavenged branch spear. He slung the pack. Waded mist to mid-river. Current tugged knees. Threw line across. Cooked a stump. Climbed hand over hand. Orb clutched. Planted it deep in mud. Opposite thicket. Primed the trigger. Remote pulse. From his multi-tool. Activated. The lure whirred alive. False heat bloom. Spoofed signals mimicking life signs. Drones veered sharp. Grids yanked west. Shouts rose from the ridge. Contact. Ravine sector. Vecta's voice cut through cone static. Evan picked up on a scanner. Titan. She's leading them to the Horde remnants. Eliminate the anomaly. Anomaly. Him. Witnesses die quiet. Evan waved Sayri across. She climbed fast, crested the far lip. He hauled after. Rope slick. Topped out. Pack dripping. They melted into the thicket. Behind, scout boots pounded down the ravine path. Lure pulled them perfect. Drones swarmed it now. Sayri gripped his arm. Crest steady gold. Drew on board. You save. Evan shrugged. Team. Scanned ahead. Spires distant. City haze. Safety closer. But infection tape on her arm frayed again. Snare cut weeping. He pulled kit mid-stride. Sprayed sealant. Fresh wrap. She flexed. Good as new. Forest thickened. Towering trunks pulsed biolumin pods. Beast prints overlapped. Horde pushed by patrols. Evan set fresh snares, quick loops. Sayri baited. Crushed glow fruit. Scent trail perfect. Her world. Her skills. One snapped shut. Scaled rodent thrashed. Dinner soon. They pressed on. Phraseboard flashing plans. City edge. Allies. She etched crown cross. Outcast. But traitors. Hesitated. Touched his hand. You trust? Evan met her gaze. Nodded. Human normal. Build bonds in the shit. Her crest blazed brighter. First full gold since exile. Night fell fast. 2 moons rose. Evan took first watch. Machete across knees. Sayri curled near fire's embers. Breath even. Her hand brushed his boot. Comfort earned. Dawn cracked. Camp broke in minutes. Path climbed steep. View opened to spires. City walls gleamed, but patrols ringed the base. Vecta's grid shifted north again. Lure bought time. Evan spotted it first. Boot prints. Fresh. Not theirs. Royal treads, circling wider. Vecta adapted. Sire refroze. Crest flared red. Fear pointed. Drone nest ahead. Abandoned cache. Another lure. She slipped forward. Ghost quiet. Evan covered. Multi-tool scanning for traps. She palmed 2 orbs this time. Grinned. Rare fangs flash. Handed one. Kept one. Double play, he wrote. She nodded. They veered south, parallel to the ravine chain. Second chasm loomed. Narrower, but bridged by fallen tree. Evan tested weight. Solid. Crossed first. Pack balanced. Seri followed. Balance perfect. Alien grace. Planted her lure mid-bridge span. Triggered. False bloom lit. Drones peeled off grid again. Shouts erupted closer. Second signal! Converge! Vecta snarled over open comm. It's the human. Spoofing us. Flank the river. Cut them off. Evan pulled Sayeri into undergrowth. River rush masked steps. Horde roars swelled. Beasts stirred by the noise. Double threat closed. She etched fast. Father's dog. Vecta kills witnesses. Evan tapped. Not today. Gripped machete. Multi-tool pinged. City traders freak. Faint. Hack in? Risky. Sayeri's hand tightened on his. Crest gold over red. Together, they ran. Low crouch through pods. Snare line yielded 2 rodents. Quick. Gut. Cook. Later. Path dipped to river fork. Cross here? Boots thundered parallel. Scouts flanked. Vecta's voice. Perimeter sealed. She's cornered. Evan halted. Scanned. Patrol cache fresh. Sayeri raided again. Energy cell. Slotted into his multi-tool. Boosted signal. Pinged trader band. Stranded. Princess aid. No war. Response crackled. Outcast. Proof. Sayeri grabbed board. Drew crest perfect. Royal seal. Evan relayed image. Pause. Docks. Southgate. Evade Vecta. Ope sparked. But drones locked. 3 inbound. Grid's final. Evan primed both lures. Run. They bolted south. River at back. Horde crashed through brush east. Lure pulled beasts too. Chaos brewed. Vecta bellowed. All units, terminate the human, laser whined. Scorched tree beside Evan's head. He dove, rolled, machete slashing vine trap. Sayeri fired scavenged stun from cache. Scout dropped. She fought like court blade. Precise. He covered wide, practical swings, felling 2 more. Boots tangled in snares. His design. Last scout fled. Drones swarmed lures. Port hit them mid-air. Screams metal and beast. Clear. They ran. City walls loomed. Southgate cracked open. Traders waved. Sayeri stumbled. Arm tape split. Infection flared. Evan sprayed last sealant. Carried her final sprint. Gate shut behind. Traders stared. Human hauling princess. Crest gold full. You, extraordinary. One murmured. Alien eyes wide at his calm cuts. Snares. Hacks. Routine to him. Sayeri gripped his collar. Whispered through barrier. Bridge. But Vecta's shuttle roared overhead. Grid unbroken. King's dog hunted eternal. Horde howls chased. War's edge sharpened. Rifles snapped up from the far bank. Vecta's voice boomed across the churning stream. Princess Sayeri, surrender now, or we open fire. Evan shoved Sayeri behind a moss-slick boulder. Water roared knee-deep around his boots, cold bite numbing his legs. The royal retrieval team fanned out. 6 armored figures, rifles trained. Vecta stood tallest, crest gleaming on his chest plate. No drones this time, just soldiers. Sayeri's hand gripped Evan's arm. Her scales flushed pale blue. Fear. Evan, no, they'll kill you. He ignored her, sloshed forward, stepped between the rifles and her cover. Raised both hands high, palms out, empty. No multi-tool, no machete, just space. Clear line of sight for them to see. He blocked their shot. Hold, Vecta barked. His troops froze, barrel steady on Evan's chest. Human. Step aside. This is royal business. Evan kept his voice level. She's under my protection. No one's dying today. Vecta laughed, sharp and metallic through his helmet filter. Protection? Your meat. Stranded trash. Move, or join the beasts we fed your kind to. Sayeri rose behind Evan. Her voice cut the rush of water. Command trained. Commander Vecta, by Exile Decree 4-7, Theta, I invoke formal record. All actions witnessed. Speak on record now. The troops shifted. Vecta stiffened. His rifle dipped a fraction. Princess, your father's order is clear. Return or be taken. Exile is law. Sayeri shot back. Father cannot revoke without council vote. You hunt an outcast. Witnesses mean trial. Who stands with me? Murmurs rippled through the line. One soldier lowered his rifle halfway. Vecta snarled. Lies. King Theros commands silence. Human dies first. Evan felt the weight. No traps here. Stream too wide for snares. His multi-tool hummed in his pocket. Energy cell, slotted from Sayeri's raid. Traders had confirmed docks south gate. But Vecta blocked the path. Horde howls echoed distant from the forest edge. Time short, he edged his hand down. Slow. Fingers brushed the tool. Sayeri, keep him talking. She nodded, eyes locked on Vecta. Record this, Commander. You corner a legal exile with lethal force. Father's throne bleeds for it. Vecta advanced a step into the stream. Water splashed his greaves. Throne stays clean. Humans an accident. Off-worlder with no claim. Evan thumbed the beacon. Burst mode. Single ping tagged their grid. Off-world pickup locked. Traders would vector in. He kept hands visible. Tool hidden. She's not going back. Not like this. A soldier fired. Laser whined past Evan's ear. Scorched rock exploded behind him. Sayeri yelped. Evan didn't flinch. That's your warning? Try again. You start a war. Vecta raised a gauntleted fist. Troops held. War? With your dirt world scraps? We purge witnesses. Sayeri stepped beside Evan. Shoulder to shoulder. Purge me too then. Record ends here. Tension cracked. Vecta lunged forward, rifle swinging wide for a butt stroke. Evan dodged left. Stream current yanked his footing. He grabbed a overhanging root, swung back. Machete? No. Bare hands. Tackled Vecta's legs mid-stride. They hit water hard. Evan drove an elbow into the commander's throat plate. Choke hold. Vecta thrashed, armor heavy. Evan rolled atop. Pinned arm with rifle underwater. Troops surged. Sayeri fired her stun. Scavenged from the cache. Blue arc dropped the lead soldier. She moved like court duel. Precise lunges. No waste. Evan wrenched Vecta's rifle free. Flipped it. Cracked the stock across another's helmet. Practical swings. Human leverage against alien bulk. Flank him! Vecta roared, voice gurgling. Sayeri vaulted the boulder. Stun hit second target. Third charged Evan. Knife out. Evan parried with rifle barrel. Twisted wrist. Bap. Alien howled. Stream ran red-tinged foam. Vecta bucked. Evan headbutted his visor. Crack! Stars burst in Evan's vision. He held. Beacon chirped soft. Signal sent. Pickup inbound. 2 troops down. 2 circled. Sayeri backed to Evan. They're hesitating. Exile clause works. Not enough. Evan shoved Vecta under. Belt him down. Surrender, Commander, or drown. Vecta bubbled rage. Broke free. Powered armor assist word. Fist connected with Evan's ribs. Crack. Pain flared. Breath short. Evan gasped. Rolled away. Grabbed rifle. Fired stun burst wide. Suppressing. Sayeri covered. Dropping the circler. Last 2 retreated to bank. Vecta staggered up. Dripping. Rifle lost. Fall back. Regroup. They vanished into brush. Howls closed. Horde drawn by lasers. Evan slumped against rock. Ribs throbbed. Blood trickled from split lip. Pressed sealant tape to his side. Her hands shook. You stood there. Open. For me. Routine. He coughed. Had to buy time. She stared. Scales deepened azure. Respect. No human stands for us. Ever. Beacon pulsed. Trader response. Gridlocked. Shuttle Eta 5, evade Northridge. Evan nodded, pulled her up. Move, they'll circle. They splashed across. Stream fought them, currents pulling at wounds. Forest thickened ahead, vines snagged boots. Evan hacked with scavenged knife, precise cuts. Sayri pointed dangers, poison thorns, sink pits, court knowledge saved steps. Horde crashed parallel. Vecta's voice crackled comms, distant, lock grids. Princess priority. Human, expendable. Sayri gripped Evan's sleeve. Why?
You're no warrior, just
Technician. He glanced back. Shuttle whine grew. Seen worse, earth wilds. Storms, predators. This, predictable. Her eyes widened. Predictable? You faced rifles barehanded, calculated risk. He primed a lure grenade, trader surplus, tossed east. Beasts veered, they crested ridge. City sprawl below, Southgate lights flickered, traders signaled laser dot. Shuttle skimmed treetops, blocky, unmarked. Vecta burst from undergrowth, rifle reclaimed. End this. Laser seared air. Evan shoved Sayri down, hit dirt, rolled, returned stun fire. Vecta ducked. Shuttle ramp dropped. Traders waved. Human. Princess, now. Sayri fired cover. Precise. Evan sprinted, half dragging her. Ribs screamed, leg burned from stream scrape. Vecta charged. No escape. Evan spun. Faced him, empty hands again. She's exiled. Legally. Go back. Live. Vecta halted. Rifle trembled. Eyes flicked to Sayri's crest tattoo. Fresh ink from trader board. Legal mark. King's word. Vecta growled. King loses if you shoot witnesses. Evan held ground. Shuttle engines thrummed heat on his back. Sayri boarded first, turned. Extended hand. Evan, bridge us. He backed aboard. Ramp whined shut. Vecta fired. Late. Bolts pinged hull. Shuttle banked hard. Acceleration pinned Evan to deck. Sayri knelt beside. You forced pause, with nothing. Traders clustered. Alien faces awed. Human, blocked rifles. Calm, like storm ignored. Evan waved it off. Checked ribs. Team effort. Your claws bought seconds. Sayri leaned close, voice soft over engines. Trust. You built it. Between worlds. Grid cleared. Stars wheeled. But scopes pinged. Royal pursuit vectoring. King's dog never quit. War brewed unless pickup outran. Evan slotted fresh cell. Beacon live. Hold course. We're bridging out. Horde screams faded below. Vecta's roar echoed in memory. One stand changed hunts to hope. Evan's fingers flashed. 4, 3, 2. Low oxygen. Move. Sayri gripped his arm. Her scaled skin chilled against his sleeve. She nodded once. Sharp. They crawled faster through the rock tunnel's gut. Dank air clawed Evan's lungs. His field watch beeped soft. 12% O2, routine for him. Earth caves trained worse. For her, court-bred lungs faltered. He tapped her wrist. 1 finger. 1 minute reserve. A scrape echoed behind. Rocks shifted. Pursuit. Sayri's eyes widened. Irises contracting to slits. She whispered. Vecta. Close. Evan squeezed her hand. Silent. Pull. They burst from the tunnel mouth into humid forest shade. Vines slapped his face. He yanked her upright. Scanned. Left fork. Cliff trail. Right path looped back to Hunters. Cliff, he said, voice low. Practical. She stumbled after. Legs wobbled from noble silks, now torn rags, no complaints. Trust sealed in that nod. Evan checked his pack. Survival kit intact. Panels, beacon cell. Medgel for his leg scrape. Ribs throbbed from yesterday's fall, but pain stayed background. Focus. Distant yips pierced the canopy. Scent trackers. Vecta's hounds. 6-legged sniffers. Gene-tuned for royal blood. Sayri froze. They have my trail. Evan pulled a filter mask from his kit. Slapped it over her muzzle. Breathe. Run. She inhaled deep. Mask hummed. Recycling air. Human tech. Simple. Her gaze lingered. Wonder mixed with grit. They plunged down the trail. Ferns whipped legs. Evan counted paces. 2 clicks to cliff. Beacon range cleared there. Russells flanked them. Leapfrogs. Vecta's team bounded tree to tree, disciplined. No wild chase. Pro hunters. Evan spotted a glint. Tracker drone, walnut-sized skittering vine. He stomped it. Crunch! Sparks. Sayeri blasted another with her sidearm. Crack of plasma. More come. Safe charge. He led on. Calm pulse. Humans endured. Aliens admired the steady. Trail steepened. Sayeri's breath steadied behind mask. She matched his stride now. Partnership clicked. At a stream fork, she halted. Claws worked at her neck collar. Gold crest, royal sigil, etched crystal, proof of bloodline. Take, she said, pressed it into his palm. For your negotiators. Exile mark, legal, no war if shown. Evan pocketed it, warm metal against his chest. Got it, bridge material. Her frills flushed. Alien blush, you carry King's daughter token. Human hands. He nodded. No time for awe. Cliff now. Pursuit closed. Yips tripled. Branches snapped overhead. Vecta barked orders. Evan caught fragments through translator earpiece. Pinch. Left. Silent takedown. Witnesses die. Sayeri tensed. Evan touched her shoulder. Firm. We evade. Together. She holstered weapon. Ran. Cliff edge loomed. Forest died abrupt. Dropped to fog-choked valley. Canopy steam roiled thick, hiding skies. Evan dropped pack. Unrolled reflective panels. 4 mirrored sheets. Lightweight alloy. Human surveyor gear. He angled them precise. Bounce rescue signal through murk. Sayri scanned rear. Trackers swarm. Vecta leaps final bound. Evan slotted beacon cell. Panels gleamed, flashing modulated pulse. Human frequency. Rescue craft locked orbital relay. Traders owed favors from his crash site hail. Down, he said. Pulled her behind rock lip. Yips crested ridge. Vecta landed first. Tall, crested officer. Rifle leveled. 4 leapfrogs fanned. Trackers orbited his boots. Princess, Vecta boomed. Scanned clearing. Yield. Father's recall. Sayeri rose partial. Voice steel. Exile stands. Crest given. Legal flight. Vecta snarled. Rifle swept. Spotted Evan. Human filth. You die first. Evan stood empty-handed. Calm. She's outcast. Your king's word. Shoot. War sparks. Vecta's frills flared rage. Team edged forward. Panels hummed behind. Signal strong. Sayeri's hand found Evan's. Grip tight. Trust forged. Engines whined distant. Fog parted streaks. Vecta whipped skyward. Shuttle? No. They ran out of forest, and the sky finally answered. Thrum built to roar. Trader shuttle punched canopy. Mirrors guiding true. Ramp dropped mid-air. Blaster fire spat cover. Evan half-dragged Sayeri. Sprint. Ribs screamed. Leg burned fresh. Traders waved from bay. Human. Princess. Now. Sayeri fired back. Precise bolts dropped 2 trackers. Vecta charged. No escape. Evan spun. Faced him. Hands open. Exiled. Legally. Back off. Live. Vecta skidded. Rifle trembled. Eyes locked on her neck. Bare skin. Exile fresh. No crest. Kings. Vecta growled. King loses witnesses, Evan said. Shuttle heat baked his back. Sayeri boarded. Turned. Hand out. Evan. Bridge us. He backed in. Ramp whined. Vecta fired late. Bolts pinged hull. Shuttle banked. G-forces pinned Evan. Sayeri knelt close. You stood. Nothing but words. Traders clustered. Scales aglow awe. Human blocks rifles. Calm as stone. Evan waved. Checked ribs. Team, your crest bought time. She leaned. Voice soft overthrust. Trust built. Worlds bridged. Stars wheeled. Scopes pinged. Pursuit trailed. Evans slotted backup cell. Beacon pulsed. Hold vector. Outrun dogs. Forest shrank. Vecta's roar memory faded. One bluff turned hunt to horizon, but scopes locked tighter. Royal fangs bit close. Negotiators inbound. Crest-proof key. Trust-held bridge. Evan gripped her hand. Steady. Sci met gaze. Frills eased. Bond. Sealed. Shuttle. Hummed. Outbound. War loomed unless proof landed first. Evan fingered crest. Heavy promise. Traders murmured. Human carries throne token. Protects outcast. He shrugged. Practical. Survival routine. Sci smiled faint. Alien warmth. Your routine saves royals. Grid cleared partial. Evasion window. Narrow. Evan plotted jump. Calm hands. Human edge. Pursuit blipped. Vector relentless. Sci whispered. Father tests. You pass. Bridge strengthened. Species linked. Engines surged. Stars beckoned. Hope outpaced hounds. Fog Valley vanished. Cliff edge memory. Evan breathed deep. Oxygen full. Tunnel conquered. Trust turned flight to future. But pings sharpened. King's reach long. Evan signaled pilot. Flank burn. Now. Shuttle twisted. Acceleration bit. Sci braced beside. Eyes fierce. Together, human grit met royal fire. Survival bridged worlds. Vecta cursed. Distant scopes. Human vanished tricks. One human changed chase. Evan closed eyes brief. Ribs ached reward. Princess safe. Proof secure. Sky opened wide. Rescue held. War averted. Pings lied. Pursuit closed gap. Evan rose. Arm bays. Welcome party. Traders nodded. Rifles charged. Sci stood tall. Crestless proud. Bond. Unbreakable. Shuttle dove stars. Bridge complete. Final burn ignited. Hope streaked free. Lasers scorched the void inches from the shuttle's flank. Evan braced against the bulkhead. Rifles hummed in traders' hands. Sci clutched the crest. Her frills rigid with focus. Pursuits locking missiles. The pilot barked. Flank burn holding. Barely. Evan scanned the scopes. Vecta's ship loomed. A predator silhouette. Divert power to shields. Arm countermeasures. Traders nodded. Fingers flying over consoles. One alien grunted approval. Human plots like he was born to it. Sci squeezed Evan's arm. Her scales warmed under his grip. Trust pulsed silent between them. Shuttle twisted hard. Missiles veered into decoys. Explosions bloomed harmless. Dock lights flashed ahead. An orbital trader's hub. Neutral ground. Evan pointed. There. Punch it! Engines roared. Pursuit fired again. Hull shuddered. They slammed into the docking clamp. Airlocks hissed open. Evan grabbed Sci's hand. Move, now. Traders covered their exit. Rifles trained aft. Alarms wailed as Vecta's vessel braked hard outside jurisdiction. Evan pulled Sci through crowded bays. Merchants scattered. Whispers rippled. The outcast princess with a human. A rescue craft squatted at the far berth, blocky, reinforced engines hot. Its captain, a scarred trader named Jorik, waved them aboard. Stranded human and royal baggage, Jorik said. Negotiators cleared your slot. Board fast. Evan halted at the ramp. Officials milled nearby, badges gleaming. She's not baggage. We go together, or not at all. Jorik's crest flared surprise. Stubborn, soft skin. Fine. Both or none. Sci stepped forward, crest raised. Evan stays. His logs prove my claim. Evan nodded once. Practical choice. He boarded with her, refusing the official's outstretched hands. Ramp sealed. Rescue craft, detached smooth. Pub receded. Evan strapped in beside Sci. Transmit now. While we have buffer. She activated the console. Frills quivered as she keyed the public band. People of Tharvos. I, Sci. Challenge my exile. Father, King Theros, bears false decree. Logs and crest confirm. Her voice broadcast empire-wide. Legal gauntlet thrown. King forced to audience or forfeit throne law. Evan watched the signal spike. Whispers among crew. Human guards her voice. She dares because he does. Pursuit pinged distant. Vecta wouldn't quit. On the command deck, intercepted comms crackled. Evan's ears caught it. Traders patched through. Commander Vecta to King Theros, the voice grated. Outcast boarded rescue craft with human witness. Hub evaded. Request fire authorization. Eliminate all. Evan leaned forward. Crew froze. King's reply boomed cold. No. Silence demanded. Witnesses die quiet. Track. Intercept beyond neutral space. Vecta pressed. Human carries crest. Logs expose retrieval. Authorization. Denied. Theros snapped. Bring her alive. Crush the soft skin discreet. Link cut. Evan exhaled slow. King's reach stretched, but law bound him now. Sayeri met Evan's gaze. You heard. Father tests loyalty. You bridge the gap. Evan fingered the beacon logs on his wrist unit, salvaged proof of her exile beacon, Vecta's attack signatures, receipts, stacked, practical. We land proof first. Rescue craft jumped lanes, stars blurred, crew murmured awe. One human turns hunt to trial. Hours ticked. Destination loomed, Central Accord Station, alien officials nexus. Neutral arbiters, docking clamps engaged. Evan stood first. Crest and logs, we present together. Sayeri nodded, frills easing. Bond held firm. Officials waited in the vaulted hall, robes stiff, eyes sharp. A tribunal of 5 crests ranked high. Princess Sayri, the lead intoned. Exile challenge filed. Proof? She extended the crest. Gold gleamed under lights. Throne token. Father bestowed, then denied. Murmurs rose. Evan stepped up. Calm. Wrist unit projected logs. Beacon activation time-stamped to royal decree. Vecta's ships inbound, weapons hot. Human crash site coordinates matched. These, Evan said, voice level, prove banishment real. Retrieval illegal. Witnesses targeted. Officials huddled. Scanned data, one alien's frills spiked shock. Human salvaged royal beacon, under fire.
Evan shrugged.
Routine recovery. Stranded techs log everything. Lead official straightened. Crest authentic. Logs irrefutable. Vecta's trace confirms aggression. Sayeri's hand brushed Evan's. Silent thanks. Tribunal ruled swift. Protected status granted. Sayeri secured till audience. Human witness. Cole. Accord ally. Royal pursuit halted. Cheers echoed faint from traitor feeds. Empire channels lit with news. Outcast rises. Human receipts force King's hand. Evan pocketed the unit. Ribs twinged from old wounds, but steady. Survival routine. Sayeri smiled, alien warmth in her eyes. Your routine rewrites thrones. He gripped her hand back. Trust forged the bridge. But scopes pinged anew. Vecta's fleet massed at system edge. Audience loomed. King's silence cracked. War simmered unless proof held. Evan eyed the next shuttle outbound. Next jump.
We deliver in person.
Crew saluted. Human grit met royal fire. Species linked tight. Vecta wouldn't wait. Bridge tested anew.